Well, we've reached the end of the first quarter of the season. We're not a million miles away from our target, and by not a million miles, I mean 1 point. But let's get to the important news. I've moved house. Welcome to my new abode. It's about time. I'm out the Premier Inn. Like I said, the breakfast were getting a little bit too much. We're on a decent wedge, so it's time to move. I've kept the house up in Blackburn because it's lovely and it wasn't that expensive, to be fair, and I could rent it out and, all of that jazz. But I've decided to get a place down here. Now, I'm going to rent because, well, we were burnt, weren't we, in Blackburn? And whilst things are going reasonably well, I don't want to count my chickens. So we're going to rent down here. I've had a look around the training ground, Sky Blue Lodge, and the properties around there. They were okay, but they weren't the level that I was probably looking for. Now I'm a Premier League manager, right? So I've gone a little bit further out, and I've decided to move to Solihull, which I'm told is delightful. And this house definitely is delightful. We're going to pay £7,000 a month for it, but it's not, that's nothing in comparison to what we're on, so let's not get too giddy. Look at that, lovely and imposing. Detached, by the way, so I've got no neighbours. Delightful kitchen that I'm probably never going to use, but it's lovely. Big telly in there so I can watch Sky Sports News. Microwave tucked away there that I'll never use either. Ideal. Then you've got a lovely front room, nice big settee in there, massive TV. Not entirely sure why we've got a window in there, but we do. And then, get ready. Are you ready? I've only got a pool in my house. And that's what £7,000 gets you in Solihull, Nice staircases and a pool. Little bit of a gym. Again, we've discussed this. Not getting used. But it's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. And we're a Premier League manager, so we deserve it. That's probably where I'll be. A little bit of gaming. Tucked away from causing any problems, or in the pool, massive garden, gonna need a gardener. No way I'm mowing that, absolutely none. So we'll need to bring somebody in, but we can do that. Again, we've got enough money. There's no issues there. Oh, it's lovely though, isn't it? It's about time we treated ourselves. Anyway, that's where we're gonna live. All right. So don't worry, we're out the Premier Inn, and we finally got ourselves a little place to call our own, quite close, 20 odd miles from the training ground down here in Coventry. Now then, back to the business at hand, I suppose. So we're at the end of the first quarter of the season. I think a season's about 9.5 games is about a quarter, isn't it? At 38, so there or thereabouts. So we've played 9 games in the Premier League, and we've got ourselves 10 points. And I know I told you I wanted 11, but we let ourselves down at home against Leeds. Big time. We should have won that game, and we didn't. We were actually woeful. We made up for it by going to Bournemouth and getting a win. But if we'd have got that, at least a draw at home against Leeds, then actually we'd have been on 11 points. But we didn't. It wasn't meant to be. And here we find ourselves on 10 points in 13th, which isn't the worst, right? Remember, we're aiming for 40 points. That's our magic number, right? 40 points is the number we want. We're a quarter of the way in, and that means we're on target for that 40 points. So it's not the end of the world, but I'd have liked to have been ahead of that. Right now, we get our chance to start our second quarter today against Crystal Palace, who are level with us, 1 point behind us, and we're at home. So fingers crossed we can go into it and do something. But quickly going over the last few games, we were superb at Bournemouth. More so when I changed us from being positive to being balanced. I changed out us from being positive to balanced at about half-time, and actually we kicked on significantly well. I brought on Mara to play on the left wing. He made a huge difference. Ronnie came on as he was working his way back to fitness, and Mario found his scoring boots, thankfully, because he's not been doing tremendously well at the moment. But that was good to see. We got beat at home, like I've said. We didn't deserve anything out of that game. So, the less said about that, the better. We got absolutely tatered at United, despite going 1-0 up. We were 2-1 down at half-time. Then Gio did a ridiculous tackle. Deserved every bit of his red card and then probably a second one. And then United just kicked on. By the way, that goal from Haaland was ridiculous. Some dirty overhead kick. It was lovely. Drew at Wolves. And I can't remember where we last spoke, so let's just say we didn't speak against... let's just say you didn't see the Arsenal game when we got beat at home against Arsenal. It was, for every bit, a 0-0 goal, a 0-0 game, and then he scored an absolute screamer when we made a mistake. So, it is what it is, but like I said, I'm relatively pleased with 10 points, okay? For the next 8 games, 9 games I should say, we've got Palace, Spurs, Leicester, City. So if we can squeeze 6 points out of those, good. If we get 7, that's an absolute joy. And then we've got 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got Newcastle, Liverpool, Villa, Everton and West Brom. Again, massive, massive games. We're looking for anything over 10 points from those, okay? Anything over 10 points. So we'll see. You get the joy of watching us play Palace. Look, we need something from the game. That's the reality of it. We need something from the game. They're all about draws. Everybody's expectations is draws every time we go into games, really, at the minute. They expected us to draw at Bournemouth. We got the win, thankfully. They expect us to draw at home with Palace. I mean, if Palace are anything like they are in real life right now, they'll be riddled with talent, but I don't know. We're quite a way into it now, aren't we? So you never really know. You never really know. B, okay. Pleased with our leadership. You haven't forgot about last season. Fine. Concerned with that, yes. I mean, you can be concerned about getting beat by United all you want, but let's just get some reality. And yeah, well, he just wanted to go, didn't he? So it is what it is. Okay, yeah, well, he's been dropped. Well, that's fine, but he wanted to go, and yeah, fine. So B isn't horrendous. Great managerial support. Dressing room's decent. We're okay. I should say we got an extra 3 million in the last couple of days because of the Sanderson deal who went to Stoke a little while ago. Not sure if you remember that, but from a finances perspective, it's kept us nice and comfy. There's no issues. Our projections, well, we still think we're going to make losses, which is interesting. I don't really see how when we're in the Premier League, but from an FFP perspective, we're projected to pass, no problem at all. As again, for the continental perspective, we're not really bothered, are we? Because we're not there. This kid's going to be an absolute monster, by the way. I can't get him to perform for me really all that well, but he's going to be an absolute monster. The Wonder Kid is dead right, fairly professional. He's going to turn into an absolute beast. I'm absolutely positive of it. So we're gonna maintain him out there, despite the fact that Mara came on, set one up and scored. We're going to leave Hassel out there. He still wants to leave Mara, so okay, we'll see how it goes. Conway had a bit of a bad game last one. I will leave him in, but Carboni came on and did okay. Connected play quite well in that deep lying forward role. Do you know, I was talking to you about those star ratings, by the way. You remember when Camacho was 4 stars? I don't know if it's the incoming of Hassel and Gold, and you guys can educate me. Maybe it's the income of these 2 players that have made everyone realise that Camacho isn't as good as we once thought he was. Maybe it is that. I don't know. But he's not really been pulling up trees where when we send Gorman on, he does bits. So I've got a mind to move him up. But again, from a quality perspective, he's not a million miles away, and he's still 24 as well. So I don't know. Again, Emerson Royals dropped, right? He was 4 stars in the last game, and now he's 3. So I don't really get it. I've not changed the team, so I don't know. Anyway, less of me waffling on. Let's get on with the game. Every game, by the way, the United manager's here watching Martin Gold. Not entirely sure how he can get away with it, with the travel and everything else. But yeah, he does. He comes and watches him a lot. I've not watched any of my players out on loan, by the way. Don't know what that says about me, more than I can't be bothered travelling all that way. What are you doing to ensure the teams pick up where they left off? The team picks up where it's left off. We just focus on the match, and that's what's already happened, Gary. Calm down. You seem to be happy to stick with your current approach despite recent results. Yes, I do. I believe in our players and the work we've put in, Gary. Do you look at this match as an opportunity to take advantage of Crystal Palace's struggling form? Don't write them off. They're a good team. We won't take them lightly. Let's get out. Let's get to the dugout. Shocking that, isn't it? Looks appallingly bad. Bit of context. We're in the Premier League. Go on the boy with your coat. Let's see what we can do. They've still got Eze. I did try and sign him. Quick look behind the curtain. I did try and sign him in the window. But he wanted the best part of 100 grand. Oh, there he is. Yep. So, he wanted the best part of 100 grand. I offered him 92. His agent said he was pleased with that. And then Palace have come in with a better offer or a renewal for him. And he took that. And there he is. Tucking one away against me. Probably running over to the dugout and telling me to shush. I hate it when things like that come back to bite you. I genuinely do. But there we go. It's what it is. We're one down and playing terribly. We haven't got the lion's share of the ball. We've not really troubled the keeper. We've had 3 shots. Little shout of, oh, here we go. What's this? Hassel. Go on, son. That's a Bobbins ball. Goldie's going to recover it, though. Works it back to Emerson Royal. Conway. Camacho blocked. Okay. I had a back Gorman there. Okay, but it is what it is. Corner ball. Can we do something? Let's find Callum. Back stick. He's stood there. I can see him. Swing one in. Keeper's going to take that, isn't he? He is. That's a tremendous name. Kovar. With a roll of the R's. Come on, boys. Our XG's there now. Can we create something? Come on. Run at him. You've got everything to do that. Run at him. Whip one. Keeper was struggling there. I don't think that was a shot. I think it was a cross. This should be a cross. It is. Deep. Nodded behind. It looked like another corner, but we're not going to get to see it. Not great. Not great. Not great. Point finger. Show me something else. We need to start turning this into a bit of a fortress in the way it was in the Championship, but we are not getting the rub of the green at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, okay. Let's make some changes. Off you come, Nige. You might be motivated, son, but you've done nothing for me. Again, so we're going to change you back to that inside forward that you love. We're going to go positive this time instead of balanced, and we're going to go on the attack. Goldie's looking tired. All right, you're going to have to run it out, though, I'm afraid. Mario's on a 6.4, but he's so dangerous. On you come. Eze, on you come. Gorman, on you come. Wholesale changes. Absolutely. Let's get it done. We've got to try and scrape something from this game. They've got a goal kick. They've clipped, but it's gone nowhere. Carboni's just nodded it back to them, though. We can't afford to concede another one. If we concede another, it's game done. Mario's trotting about. Bite, good lad. In you go, Ronnie. What have we got? Mario. Mara. Back to Mario. Can you find the corner? No, you've gone near post. Why have we gone near post? Oh. Come on, boys. It's so debilitating, honestly. I know they've got some ability in this team, and it just makes me sad. Can we create something from it? That was a foul throw. Mara, get in the box. Good turn, son. Finish. Oh, it's a good save. It's a good save. We've deserved something, haven't we? Back post. No one there this time. No? No highlight to there then. He was just about to volley it. So, head down, dejected, demoralised, disenfranchised, perhaps somewhat dishevelled. I can't think of any more Ds. Okay. We're on top. You've got a lot of chances. We've just got to finish, lads. Beaten heavily today. Only lost by 1 goal. Is that a performance you can take heart from? Yeah, I'm proud we came so close. I don't really believe that in a lot of ways. We should have won that game. And it just, we've got to be taking those chances. It's a results-driven business, as that person on Twitter just said, and I'm likely to get some pressure because we're not getting those wins. Right. Okay, when do we come back and see you? When do we come back and see you? Where are we? We're here. Right. We're going to get tated at City, aren't we? West Brom came up with us. Why don't we come back for that game? We'll come back for the West Brom game. All right. That will be halfway through the next quarter. And we'll see where we're up to. If we haven't got the requisite sort of 6 points from this possible 12, you'll know we're already on the struggle bus. And we've given ourselves a real uphill battle by having to go to Spurs and City and try and get something now, because we've got to beat Leicester at home, who are currently in 7th, Spurs in 10th, and City obviously top of the league. So, okay, let's see what we can do. I will see you at the beginning of December when we take on West Brom, newly promoted West Brom, who are high-flying at the moment. And hopefully, we're still on track to get our minimum 10 points. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do feel free to like and subscribe and all of that stuff. It'd be great if you could. We're over 70 now, which, again, mind-blowing, but we're not a million miles off 100. Thanks for all your help, and I will catch you all in the next one. I'm going to go and jump in my pool. See you later.